Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream happening every Thursday, normally at 4 o'clock, but I'm a few minutes late today because I had some things that I had to do that just kind of took a little longer than planned. So I am streaming to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So from wherever you're watching, you can put your comments on the screen. I can, or just comment. I'll see your comments, can put them on the screen, respond to any questions, or share any comments that you have, and I would love to hear from you. So let me know, where are you watching from? Where in the world are you watching from? All right, so let's get right into it. We are in some interesting times. Let's just put it that way. And so let's talk a little bit about the astrology, which has something to do, I think, with what's going on in our lives in the world and how we're impacted because everything is energy. And astrology, everything has puts out some sort of energy, and astrology is the study of how this impacts us, specifically based on our birth chart, like when we're born at that exact moment in time and place where the planets are at that time is what is considered our astrological kind of fingerprint. So once you know that, you can kind of see how that contrasts with what's happening in the celestial world and how that impacts you. But there are some generalities, and I'm not an astrologer, so let me just talk about generalities about how the energies are and how they impact us generally. But I definitely want to recommend that you see a good astrologer to really get details about your specific life and chart. So let's talk about what phase of the moon we're in. I always like to kind of note what sign the sun is in, and the sun right now is in the sign of Virgo and will be so for about another week or so. And as far as the moon, our moon, we start with the new moon, then we go to the full moon, then we go back to the new moon again. So where are we in this cycle? We are actually in the waning phase of the moon, which means we just had a full moon, and it was actually a lunar eclipse as well on September 7th, just not too long ago. And so when you go from the full moon to the new moon, that's considered the waning time of the moon, where the moon is getting smaller, right? And so the energy of a waning moon, and here's when the energy of a waning moon has to do with, okay, we come to fruition at the full moon, and so now it starts getting smaller. We're integrating whatever we harvest, whatever blossom that we harvest, we are integrating, we are processing it, we are kind of integrating it into our lives and getting ready for the next cycle that starts on the new moon. So the new moon that's coming up is coming up. I can't believe today is the 18th of September already, and September 21st. This new moon and solar eclipse that's happening is going to be this Sunday at 3:54 p.m. in the sign of Virgo. So we've got all this Virgo energy, which again has to do with practicality and organization and this kind of thing. So it's a perfect time to really get our ducks in a row as we enter, this last quarter of the year. So what's also interesting, of course, we have the 21st, that's the new moon on Sunday. It's a solar eclipse. And it's a partial, I think, where we're at, and it happens around 3:54 p.m. And so what's really interesting, not only do we have this new moon solar eclipse on the 21st, but then the fall equinox actually starts the very next day. And also on the 22nd, this is actually when the sun moves into the sign of Libra on the 22nd of September. So um, the qualities of Libra have to do with balance and harmony, diplomacy, charm, social grace, fairness and justice, beauty. Libras are very relationship oriented, and they love to cooperate, and they're very elegant. So those are the qualities of the energy that we're going to be moving into on the 22nd, which is just this very Monday, which I'm just being blown away about how fast things are moving. So let's talk about you know another significant thing that I've kind of realized is that we're in between uh, the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. So this 2 week period between the two is very interesting. Because it's this kind of in between, very, I guess, kind of indecisive period. This time where the lunar eclipse and the full moon, it was kind of like endings, and now we have new beginnings coming. So we're in that kind of processing period. And I have a couple little notes as to what we can do during this interim period before we get into this new moon. So it's a great time to reflect and integrate. And I have a couple of notes to share. So, after the lunar eclipse has stirred up emotions, it's revealed hidden truths, or it's brought something to an end, this in between period is when we want to integrate those lessons. So it's like kind of like letting the dust settle and noticing what remains, what needs healing, what patterns have shown up. So this is a great time to do that reflection and integration before the new moon as we get prepare for the next cycle. The next other thing that is important during this time is to have that we have heightened sensitivity and uh, uh, emotional intensity happening during this period. Because the energies of endings are still fresh, there tends to be an emotional undercurrent. Intuition may be sharper. Dreams or subconscious insights can also be very vivid during this window between the two eclipses. The other thing is that preparation and inner work is something that is good to do during this time. So this is also considered a good time to clear out the old baggage, to do shadow work, to heal, to meditate, to journal. Basically, getting ready for the new energetic chapter that the solar eclipse will, usher in. The other thing is that right now there's a lot of uncertainty and tension during these two eclipses, and with this uncertainty, to my notes here. The space between endings and beginnings um, can be very Uncertain. We might feel kind of in between phases, not quite sure where we're headed, but sensing that change is coming. So resistance and hesitation can come up because we're kind of not sure about things, right? We're in this kind of in between stage, and I've been kind of feeling that during this kind of weird time, right? Um, and let's see, the other thing is that we still, even with all this tension and things, we still have opportunities for growth, because when the energy is in transition, it's often when small seeds planted can grow, or when insights that lead to shifts in perspective or behavior happen. So it's a potent threshold time for us. So those are some things to consider during while we're in this in between time. Now, the other really cool thing about this 21st of April, I mean, excuse me, of April, 21st of September, is that it's considered or labeled for many, many years by the United Nations to be the International Day of Peace on the 21st. So I wanted to share with you some of the, let's see, here we go, actions that we can actually take on the International Day of Peace, which is the 21st, which is the solar eclipse and new moon coming up. Let me make this a little bit bigger and get to here. So, the International Day of Peace, again, created by the United Nations. Um, I'll read this a little bit. What is it? So it is a peace day that's observed around the world every 21st of September, and it was established back in 1981 by a unanimous United Nations resolution. So the Peace Day provides globally shared date for all of humanity to commit to peace above all differences and to contribute to building a culture of peace. So let's see. The website I'll give you in a minute, but I did want to share some of the actions that we can take. And so let me make sure that you're seeing it. Yes, you are. Okay. So, here are some actions that you can take. And this is when you go to the internationaldayofpeace.org, you will find this information. So, there are many, many different ways that we can participate in the International Day of Peace on the 21st of September. You can share a selfie on social media with the hashtag Peace Day. There are several pledges to do. There's minute of silent moments of peace, and I have some of these links for you as well. Another one that I like is that there's a global meditation for the International Day of Peace, and that I believe is at noon Pacific time. So I have a link with that. So you can try peace breathing. There's all kinds of things. So go to this website and you'll get some ideas as to how you can actually participate in this International Day of Peace. And one of the ways is, oh, let's see here. I guess it will not show me. Yeah, well, okay. So let's share this tab. So I'm going to give you the link to this. Actually, let me put that right here for right now. So this is on Sunday, the 21st. There's the Global Peace Meditation that Unify does. And so the way to get to this actual website is to go to tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Peace Meditation. And you will actually get to this page here, the International Day of Peace Meditation. It's on Facebook and it's created by Unify. And it's a worldwide peace meditation. So it's a led one. It starts at noon Pacific time. So that would actually be what? 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So you can check this out. And I do have the website here listed. The other thing that, let's see, do I have it here? No. I'm going to stop sharing. Also on Facebook, there's another minute of silence, moment of peace. If you go to just facebook.com/minute of silence, moment of peace, that's another one that starts at noon. And it's just a minute of being silent and focusing on peace. So, again, this is happening on September 21st at noon Pacific time. And again, here is the peace meditation, tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Peace Meditation. So I wanted to share this with you because I think, we collectively we collectively create our reality, and the more we're focused on a certain type of energy like peace instead of war, the more we can create that in our world. So it's just very simple. And let's talk now about, let's get into the Oracle of the Month. I don't have a whole lot to share on the UFO disclosure. Pretty much things are in Congress and they're working on it. And we're still advocating for it. So let's now switch over to the Oracle of the Month. And this month we're working with the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck. And let me bring this up so you can see the deck. There we go. Well, this is the box. So Trust Your Vibes Oracle cards by Sonia Choquette. Really pretty cards. Here, I'll show you some of the colors and illustrations for it. Since every week, I'm just picking one card and reading that message for us. But I really like the illustrations in this deck. And Sonia Choquette is wonderful. She's written so many books over the years and have classes and trainings. She's a really wonderful person to learn about how to open up your intuition and be more intuitive. So let's ask Spirit right now, what do we need to know right now for our highest and best good? Oh, and the card, I love this. The card is Be Grateful, number 50. What a great message. Or what a great concept. Gratitude is always like one of the top things I do to shift my energy when I'm feeling like I'm in the lower vibrations. So be grateful. Make a list of all of your blessings so you can fully recognize how much abundance you genuinely enjoy. Fill your heart with gratitude for everything on the list, for it is a gift from God who loves you unconditionally. Add to this list daily as you notice little things that you appreciate in your life. Rather than fretting or worrying about what you don't have, change your perspective and begin recognizing all that you do have. The more you acknowledge your blessings, the more they flow. If you are poverty conscious, now is your time to recover. There is no lack of abundance available to you. You simply must break the habit of perceiving the world as one of deprivation and struggle and accept the endless blessings waiting to come in. Enjoy the blessings you have now and ask the universe to keep them coming. Then prepare for the windfall. This isn't being greedy. This is self esteem and understanding that you are a beloved child of the universe, one who is unconditionally loved and will amply be provided for every step of your human existence. This has always been the case, but you may have missed your blessings before now because you didn't have the eyes to see them or the open heart to receive them. You can change this today by counting your blessings and watching them multiply a thousandfold. And this is so true. Anyone who's into metaphysics, I think, you know, uh, working on abundance and prosperity consciousness is always, a thing because we're in this society that's all about money and achieving and this kind of thing. And, and even if you talk about the power struggle, I mean, the power system, where you have 1% with so much wealth and the majority, 98%, 99% with minimal. So, but regardless of that, there's always abundance. When we look in nature, there's always abundance. There's always more than enough. So, if we claim that, it'll come into our lives. And the key to it is just to be grateful for what is. So, that's the key. Be grateful for what is. Um, all right. So I love that. I love it. Her cards are great. There's one actually called Good Vibrations, which I got the other day, which was really cool. All right. So I don't have any comments right now. Well, let's talk a little bit about move this. We're going to talk about, there we go. We talked about spiritual activism. Yes, let's talk about spiritual activism because last week I read this, and this was from Lil Foreman, who just posted it on Facebook, which I thought was really a cool message, and I wanted to share that. And it's not that one; it is this one. So she wrote a post that says, "Our vibratory state is our true activism. Beyond words, beyond posts, beyond protest, it's the frequency that we hold that shapes the field." And she's talking about the quantum field. Every healed wound, every grounded breath, every act of alignment ripples outward. You're not just living and experiencing life, you're tuning the collective. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting? And this was last week's tip of the week to ask yourself, what am I broadcasting? What frequency am I putting out there? Because what I put back out there comes back to me multiplied. So this is how the law of attraction works. This is, the understanding of it. And it's just now a matter of applying it now that you know it. All right. So I just really love that. And I wasn't able to share that completely last week. So I wanted to do that this week. And again, 2 o'clock every day, do a 15-minute meditation where you're sending love and light to the planet for just 15 minutes, 2 p.m. Eastern time, whatever that translates to in your time code. And then we're kind of joining hands with Pamela Gregory and all of her followers from the UK and across the world. She's an astrologer that I follow. This way, we can collectively shift the energy of the planet. And we can do this. And this is very powerful. So just be part of it because every little bit helps. All right. Now, I wanted to talk about, and I didn't, let's see if this will. Um, we have the food revelation. Oh, did I guess I didn't download that. Ugh. Well, it's one of those days. Okay. I'm going to tell you about the Food Revolution Summit that's happening. And I had a little graphic for it, but I don't have it right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and share the video. So let's see, share screen. And I'm going to share the website. Now, I'm going to give you the link in just a minute, and you will get this particular screen. So it actually started yesterday, but they do have replays. So, and it's a whole week long from the 17th to the 24th. This Food Revolution Summit docuseries, Healthy People, Healthy Planet, and it's free. The docuseries, you can purchase the videos later if you wanted to, if you missed them. But I love being able to you know watch them and get what I can every day. So when you get to go to this website, you'll put your name in and then your uh, email. And I'm just showing you. I can do text. So I'm going to put my phone number. Oops. I'm going to show you the rest of the screen. So this is how you sign up, and then you'll get reminded. Now there are 45. Let's see. Okay, so you'll go through this little registration. So I want to optimize health. Complete my registration. Okay.
Thank you for joining the 2025 Food Revolution Summit docuseries, Healthy People, Healthy Planet. You have made an excellent choice, and you've taken a big step towards optimizing your health. Food is the foundation of well-being. And when you give your body the right fuel, it can make a world of difference. Now, let me tell you why the 2025 Summit could be the most important event you will ever attend. Plus, I'm going to share a special today-only offer for a major discount on unlimited access to the entire summit, so you won't miss out on information that could change your life. The empowerment package is on sale right here and now only for just $67. A lot of people believe that chronic disease, pain, and memory loss are inevitable parts of aging. And most people also think that we're going to leave our children and grandchildren with a more polluted and unsafe world. But something really different and much better is possible. If you want to take evidence-based and positive action for a healthy life and a healthy world, you're in the right place. In this docuseries, you're going to learn what to eat so you never worry about nutrient or protein deficiencies. You're going to find out what the most respected and unbiased scientific studies tell us about preventing cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's. You're going to find out which supposedly healthy foods might actually be harmful, and how you can create a healthier world just by making smarter food choices. Here's how it works. Each day of the summit, from September 17 to September 24, we go live with that day's new episode and broadcast at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 7:45 a.m. Pacific Time, 2:45 p.m. GMT. After each episode airs, I'll host a live Q&A where I'll share my top takeaways from each episode so you can make the most of what you learn. Every day, we'll also share 3 new in-depth expert interviews with our world-leading panel of health authorities. I urge you to participate as fully as you can and to watch as much as you can. I promise you'll be glad you did. You're going to...
So I'm going to stop sharing there because that's a 6. Oops. Where am I? There we go. I'm going to stop sharing there because it's a 6-minute long video. And when you register, and actually, let me get the registration. Here we go. So tinyurl.com/GVTV FRN Summit. And that's for Food Revolution Network Summit. And so that's Ocean Robbins, the son of John Robbins, who used to own the Baskin Robbins ice cream empire. But John Robbins kind of wrote that book on, Diet for a New America. It's all about eating plant-based, whole food plant-based. And this is like really the healthiest way to eat. So I love watching the summits, and like I said, it comes live every day, but then you have the replay until the next day. And actually, the following weekend they usually have a replay. So I'll let you know next week. If you can then watch whatever ones you missed, you can go back to those because it's like 7 days of interviews. Now, I did get a comment. Actually, let me take this off the screen here. And I did get a comment from Debbie Manzone. So thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing a message here. So you're saying that sometimes I found it hard to stay in a positive frame, excuse me, positive mind frame. And I think learning to be grateful for the little things helps me to get back into a positive mindset. Absolutely. Because it's what we focus on, we create more of. So yeah, thank you, Debbie, for that comment. Very good. It's just so true. And so as we focus, whether we're doing it collectively on a certain issue or doing a meditation for peace, this is how we channel our energy because we're in this attention economy, right? Have you heard that? It's where we give our attention. Our currency is our attention. This our attention, our energy. This is where our power is. And so we need to be really cautious and not just cautious, but aware of where am I putting my attention? Because where I'm putting my attention is what I'm going to create more of. So if I focus on being grateful and focus on my blessings, no matter how few, I mean, it could be just for breathing, for waking up today, and seeing a beautiful sunset, having eyes to see the beautiful things in our world. There's so many ways we can be grateful. And once you start down that track, it gets easier and easier to stay in that gratitude realm, which is one of the good vibes that I'm always talking about. All right, so I told you about that. And let's see, let's talk about the tip of the week to raise our vibration because, raising our vibration is basically the message of this whole broadcast and everything that I do is when we raise our vibration to the good vibes, the higher vibrations, this is where we can be in the flow and receive everything, all the good things in life. So I love to talk about tips to raise our vibration. And of course, being grateful is one of them. But last week's tip of the week was to ask yourself, what frequency am I broadcasting? So did you do that? And how did that work out for you? Did you notice, what emotions you were putting out there, where your mind was focused, where your attention is focused? And the first step is being aware of what am I focusing on. Then I can choose to focus on something different or something on a higher frequency. Now, this week's tip of the week is to participate in the International Day of Peace, which is happening this Sunday. And I gave you the link already. And I'll put it in the description as well on the YouTube channel. So participate in the International Day of Peace. You'll be doing it with millions of other people all around the world, and everybody's part is so important to really help, especially during this time of so much chaos and war and you know tension happening in the world. Instead of getting sucked into that, we have a choice. We can say, no, I'm going to focus on the world I want to create, a world of peace, of love, of harmony, of all the good vibes. And this is totally possible to create heaven on earth. We just have to do it, right? Like the Nike commercial. All right, my friends. So I want to thank you for watching today. And, if you received some good tips to raise your vibration, if you received some encouragement today and you want to share that with your friends and your uh, uh, people, your peeps, let them know about Good Vibes TV. And the easiest way is just go to good-vibes.tv. That'll take you to all the different content that I produce, whether it's Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream that happens weekly or the Good Vibes TV show where I interview different enlightened influencers or some of the other programs and things I do. Just go to good-vibes.tv. So I want to thank you so much for watching and thanks for being patient since I got here a little late, 15 minutes later than usual, but at least I got here. So better late than never, right? So thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful International Day of Peace. I will be with you in the ethers, connecting and projecting peace out to the world and the cosmos because it's Our world is more than just our planet. We are part of a cosmic um, citizens, that's not the right word, citizen. We are part of a global community, right? Or not global community, galactic community, right? We're expanding how we see ourselves in that this is a big world and we're part of it. So, thank you, everyone, and take care. Many blessings and peace out. Take care.